freaking Chrono Trigger.
Happiest Gamer!
I'm talking about Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger was an RPG released for the Super Nintendo in 1995 by Squaresoft. 3 key developers worked on this game and they were dubbed the Dream Team. Number 1, we have Hironobu Sakaguchi of Final Fantasy fame. Then we have Yuji Horii of Dragon Quest fame. And third, but definitely not least, we have Akira Toriyama of Dragon Ball artwork and the manga. And just in case you're still not freaking out, some of the soundtrack was done by Nobu Uematsu of Final Fantasy and lots of other awesome Squaresoft game composer. Fantastic. Ridiculous. Now, hardly even needed to say, the graphics, the sprites for Super Nintendo, the sprites for the characters were big. They looked good. They were fleshed out, art style Akira Toriyama. They were awesome. They looked good. The portraits were great. The backgrounds, all the dungeons, all the detail, dripping scenes with things on the forefront and the background, scrolling background. Everything was gorgeous. The graphics, I think personally, is the best graphics on the Super Nintendo. I don't think there's a single other game takes advantage of every single thing the Super Nintendo can do and whips it in there and throws it in there in such a compact, beautiful form. You're gonna love the graphics. The gameplay is awesome. It's fluid and smooth. The story rolls out at a perfect pace. The combat is really cool. I really enjoyed how they did that. You can see the enemies in the field. They might hop out and ambush you, or you'll see them coming and you attack them. And it's all right there on the field. It doesn't switch to another screen like typical on the Super Nintendo JRPGs. All the action takes place there on the screen. You just go into your battle, your menus pop up, and away you go. While talking about the gameplay, I have to also mention the length of the game. The length of the game isn't very long. I mean, a lot of people remember it as being a longer game than what it really is. It's really not. You can beat the game in 20 to 30 hours, no problem. But you can replay the game, has multiple endings. You'll want to do it again. You're going to learn things during your playthrough that on your second playthrough you'll be like, I wonder what would happen if I'd have done something like this. And it's fantastic. What a joy the gameplay actually is. And it really innovated the JRPG genre at that time. Big time. The setting of the game is one of those other things that really pushes this game to the forefront versus other games because it has multiple settings. It takes place in a world similar to Earth, except for it has all these time periods. We're going to get to more on that in a minute, but it has time periods like the prehistoric time, like dinosaur, Jurassic kind of thing, to knights and magic, and then onto like a future with sentient robot beings and a struggling humankind trying to survive. It's wonderful. The setting in each particular time is so good and so crafted and weaved together and beautiful, and you can alter things that happen in the future by doing things in the past. It's just unbelievable. The setting, everything about it, the different towns you go to, the multiple dungeons, everything is just oozing with love. That this was a passion project, and it shows big time. This is such a wonderful setting. The best of any RPG possible. What about the characters? Well, the characters are ridiculously good, okay? First, we've got Chrono. He's like the fearless, katana-wielding, awesome, almost kind of like the classic protagonist, except for times 100, because Chrono's freaking awesome. Then we got Marley, the princess from the castle and all that kind of thing, hiding her identity for like the first 15 minutes of the story or whatever. Chrono has a friend, Luca. She's like the mechanical building laboratory kind of thing. You've got Robo, who is very memorable, or Prometheus, as some people know him. Very fantastic. Luca comes and repairs them. All this kind of, it's so awesome. He's one of my favorite, and I love one of the possibilities of things that can happen with him is so cool. You've got Frog, you've got Ayla from the BC, the Cave Woman, This is just brimming with character. Every last one of them with side quests to learn more about each character, multiple ways the characters could end up by the ending. It goes on and on. This has one of the greatest cast of characters and most memorable. That's the thing. Very memorable things that happen in the game with the characters that you'll never forget for the rest of your life. That is what you do when you make an RPG. The characters have to be on point, and this game nails it. It is literally textbook what everyone should go for when they're making and designing characters, and how fleshed out they should be and how enjoyable they are from the player's perspective of enjoying them. Fantastic! And what about the story in Chrono Trigger? Well, that is one of the most fantastic parts. It's a beautiful story about it's got a silent protagonist, Chrono. He meets up with the other characters in the game through different areas of time, and you go all the way from back in time to present day to way in the future to the end of time. It's a very engaging plot, and there's so much to do. We're talking about side quests for better weapons and gear, or getting a special character added to your party, or changing the outcome of stories or things that happen to the characters, learning about the history of the game world, and then when you're done with it all, when you finished it and you've got your ending that you end up with, there are 10 in total. You can go back in New Game Plus and do it again, see what you can change, see if you can get a better outcome, see if you can get a worse outcome, however you want to do it. It's wonderful, and it's revolutionary for its time that this game came out. It's insane. So here's what I got to say about Chrono Trigger. This is the example. This is the exact example that any developer making a JRPG should look at this game, see all the things they did right, and move forward. Make another game like this. Heck, let's see a sequel. We got Chrono Cross on the PS1, and that was it. And that was a long time ago. What's up? Come on. Come on, Square. Get it together. Let's see a sequel for this great game. Let's have a comeback for this game, because we've got Kingdom Hearts coming out this year. It'll be out very soon. And then you've got your remake of Final Fantasy VII, all this. That's great. That's wonderful. But you're forgetting about one of the most endearing, most beautiful, and wonderful RPGs you've ever made. And that's the Chrono series. Come on, Squaresoft, give it back to us. I hope you enjoyed today's review, or look, I guess you could say, at Chrono Trigger. Thanks for joining me. And listen, subscribe. This is what I do here at the channel. I talk about old school MMOs, JRPGs, RPGs, and break them down, talk about them, that kind of thing. So please, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, and also share this video on the social network. Help the channel out. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Please listen to what I say. I've been making videos all day. My friends all say I'm gay. It's a video buffet. You can even hit replay. But please just subscribe. I can't even describe being part of my tribe. I'll even offer you a prize. But just please just subscribe and hit the bell notification too.